You know, folks, I just I wish that just once the backstabbing RINO moderate traitors in Jeff City would prove us wrong. I just wish that one time, just one time, they would do the right thing without having to be bludgeoned by their constituents, without apologizing for it afterwards, and just own it that they're proud to do the right thing for Missouri. But we're not going to see that anytime soon, folks. Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition, giving you guys a terrible bit of breaking news. We now have confirmation from almost a dozen sources that there is going to be an effort underway in Jeff City next session to repeal some or even all of Missouri's Second Amendment Preservation Act. We need you guys to tune in this video broadcast and take action afterwards. Stay tuned on that. We have a message also in today's video update for the legislature and all their staffers who are going to end up watching this video on orders from their boss. So let me first back up for a moment for those who don't know. And just to be clear, the Second Amendment Preservation Act, we call it SAPA for short, Missouri SAPA law simply says that, if you're a Missouri police officer or, city cops or county sheriff's deputies or state troopers, you're a Missouri cop, you enforce Missouri laws when it comes to firearms, ammunition, and accessories. That's it. This is Missouri. We have Missouri laws. These officers are paid for by Missouri tax dollars. And so the Missouri legislature and the governor, at least a couple of months ago, said that here in Missouri, we're going to tell you what laws to enforce, and we want you to enforce our laws. That's it. You will not enforce federal gun control laws, and you will not enforce federal executive orders. It's pretty simple on paper, but the reality is this is terrifying the federal government. This is terrifying China Joe Biden. This guy can't pass gun control right now in Congress, but he is pushing gun control right now through executive orders. Multiple pieces are about to take effect early next year, but Joe Biden and the radical left have always counted on state and local agencies to enforce their gun control. And they're freaking out right now in D.C. because they know if SAPA stands here in Missouri, then their entire tyrannical gun control agenda is going to fall flat on its ass. Because without local authorities enforcing these laws, there's hardly anything they can do. And what's more, if Missouri's SAPA law spreads, and by gosh, it is spreading across the country right now like wildfire. If Missouri's SAPA law spreads to other red states, all of a sudden you have 2, 6, 10, 20 states that enact SAPA legislation. Federal gun control is done. Joe Biden knows it. His handlers know it. Everyone knows it. And so they are working overtime to repeal SAPA law here in Missouri. Don't forget, and if you watched the 60 Minutes attack piece on SAPA recently, you already know this. Lots of states claim to have SAPA, but nobody, and I mean nobody, has the kind of law that we have here in Missouri. See, in Missouri, we put teeth in our law because we know for an absolute fact that the mayors in Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia, Jeff City, and a whole bunch of other smaller towns across the state will ignore SAPA law if there's no teeth. They'll just simply say, we don't give a crap. And they're going to order their police departments to enforce federal executive orders that attack our gun rights. We know it for a fact. They've never hidden from that fact. So here in Missouri, that dog don't hunt because we have teeth in our law, which says that if, let's say, the St. Louis mayor tells the St. Louis PD to enforce federal executive actions that make it a crime to own a pistol brace, which is coming down the pipe at us at a rapid clip right now. If they do that, you and I, as individual gun owners, can take that agency into civil court for damages on our own. No more having to appeal to the AG's office or the governor's office and hope they intervene for you. No. Here in Missouri, you can drag them into court yourself. And the damages per occurrence, per item they take, is $50,000 apiece. That is real teeth. It scares them, and what's more, it scares their insurance underwriters. And that's why you have already seen for the last 3 or 4 months a massive separation, which is what we want here in Missouri, between state and federal authorities. We want Missouri cops to enforce Missouri law. It's very simple. And that's what we did here in Missouri. Nobody else has that, and it's spreading. That's why the DOJ is trying to stop us, and they have failed in court so far. We're going to keep fighting them in court. That's why the fake news, CBS, 60 Minutes, their hit piece, they're trying to stop us. They know what's going to happen if SAPA law keeps spreading across America. It's freedom. They hate it. We love it. But here's the problem. These leftists, both in the White House and in the media across the country, they may not have to worry about SAPA anymore because the Republican backstabbing RINO traitors in Jeff City, they may do their work for them by repealing some or all of SAPA law. Here's what we're hearing so far. There will certainly be an attempt underway to remove all of the teeth out of SAPA law, that civil penalty I described. I want to be very, very clear on this. If we lose the teeth in SAPA, SAPA's dead. SAPA's dead. Then it's a meaningless gesture. It has no teeth. That's what other states already have, and it's done nothing to stop federal gun control in those states. Without SAPA's teeth, we don't have any SAPA law. So there's going to be an attempt to take out the teeth. There's also going to be an attempt, we are now told, to repeal the entire law. The entire law. We've already had Governor Parson on TV saying he's very open to correcting SAPA next session. Now, just a little insider baseball. When they say correcting, they mean gut, stuff, and destroy. That's what correct means to a governor like Mike Parson. We have now had 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 different legislators openly tell the media in their districts they will be working to weaken or destroy SAPA law next session. This is coming, folks. This is coming, and we need your help. MOFC spent heavily, very heavily, of your dollars to pass SAPA in 2021. And we have spent heavily again in court, in circuit court, defending SAPA from the DOJ, successfully, I might add. Now we're bracing for a Supreme Court challenge, Missouri Supreme Court at the moment, on SAPA. We're earmarking funds for a legal defense fund for that. And now we have to fight back and get ready for a battle in Jeff City next session. We need your help. So for our members or for our non-members who are gun owners who care about freedom, hit the donate link above this video, below the video, wherever you're watching it at, and please be generous. We have to unload on these people with radio and TV and digital ads and text-based campaigns, boots on the ground. It's going to be a full court press. We know how to fight this fight, and it's going to be epic, but we need your support to fund this, to have the ammo we need in our political weapons to drop bombs on these people. So if you're a member, if you're not a member, if you care about gun rights and freedom, please donate right away. But a message also to the politicians and to their staffers. I just want to, this is inside baseball, so maybe this is boring to some of you, but for those, in the Capitol, don't forget, you guys killed every gun bill here in Missouri for 5 years. For the entire time President Trump was in the White House, you killed every single bill. You killed every single bill for that whole time, plus all the way up until May of this year. 5 years, you killed every gun bill. Gun owners here in Missouri began to hate you for that. I'm not kidding at all. You now have the credit. You now have some goodwill. You've earned it by passing SAPA law. If you go to repeal SAPA law now, you will face an angered primary electorate based on gun owners in your district like you have never seen next August. You remember Kathy Swan? You remember Jack Bondon? You remember David Cole? All these hyper moderates that gun owners destroyed in 2020? Remember that? I do. Everyone does. Don't forget, Kathy Swan didn't vote no on constitutional carry. She just publicly attacked it up until the last minute. Jack Bondon didn't vote no on gun bills. He was just a coward who never lifted a finger to fight for gun rights. David Cole wasn't even in office, but we knew that he loved red flag gun seizures. And you see, all these people were destroyed by gun owners in the primary, and they didn't even vote to repeal any of Missouri's existing gun laws. And yet they were still destroyed, and many more besides them. It wasn't just those three. If you idiots touch Missouri SAPA law, if you actually cast a roll call vote to repeal even a paragraph, even a sentence, even a word of Missouri SAPA law, it will bite you in ways that you cannot possibly fathom. So if you want to roll those dice, the Missouri Firearms Coalition will meet you head-to-head next session in Jeff City, and we will definitely be in your district at election time next July, next August, educating gun owners and informing them of where you stand and, more importantly, of what you did. So that's the way it's going to be. Folks, we're here to fight for you. We need your support. It's going to be a big battle. The stakes are very high, and it's not just for us here in Missouri. As I said, this is a national movement now that got its genesis right here in Missouri. And if Missouri's SAPA law is repealed in any way, you're going to have Republican states across America saying, yeah, that was just too much. We can't do that here. That is exactly what Joe Biden wants to see happen. That is exactly why we have to fight with everything we have. So please, please, please donate today. Share our video. And when you see your state rep and you see your state senator at a county GOP function or in the grocery store or at church, you make sure and tell them that you biff this up. You vote to repeal SAPA law, and you're going to pay an unspeakable price at the ballot box. Guys, share our video. We'll be in touch. Take care, and God bless.